Working with the From Ashes team has been a blessing.
It is the best thing that came from my time at the Art Institute because it's what I was there to do, is make a game. And we got to make the game that we wanted to make.
It was a year and a half of no weekends. It was a year and a half of every time you get home from work, every time you get off from school, you're right back on the project.
Now is the reward. Now is when we get to come to South by Southwest and put the game in front of all these people. I always kind of thought it'd be really cool to make games and maybe somehow make art. You know, got older, did a lot of different things. I mean, I sold knives door to door. I worked as a telemarketer for a lot of years. I was a bartender for like 9 years, 8-9 years. I was like 26 years old when I started going to the Art Institute because I finally was like, I'm just gonna pull the trigger on this. I'm gonna go 100%, whatever it takes to get the skills. And that's what I did.
Growing up, played a lot of video games with my dad, so that's where it started. The point when I was upstairs in my bedroom, my mom calls out for dinner and I'm up there. I'm like, no, I'd rather just sit up here on my own for hours at a time doing this. And so I decided to go and do it in college. That's kind of where I moved.
At the Art Institute of Phoenix, there's a class called Team Production. So they team up artists and programmers, and you're tasked with creating a game. We took it a lot further than that.
From Ashes is a multiplayer online battle arena in the sense that you're going to have a character, they're going to have a character, and you deal damage by killing enemy champions and dealing damage to what we call the Phoenix altar in the center of the map.
You don't just jump into this arena and hack each other down and you're like, okay, that was cool, and then it's forgettable. We built in depth, progression, character progression, so that we could drive people to want to play again. When you only have 5 guys and you're making a full-blown multiplayer experience, it's a lot of work. We all had to wear a lot of hats. Except for Austin, he just programmed everything.
Like, Caden knows he cannot win a straight duel with all these buffs on him, attempting to get him down with the poison, but he's not able to get enough bombs because of that heal buff that's giving him his health back.
Derek and Brett, my artists, they were really dedicated. They had the idea. They were just crushing out these characters and crushing out our art for our environment, and everybody had ideas as we're moving forward how to make the game better.
We were all hyped because we all knew we had the chops, and that kept us all focused and motivated, and so we were able to take it a lot further. South by Southwest is huge. We're trying to get on something called Project Greenlight. We get enough votes and Steam will publish our game. At South by Southwest, we're in the gaming expo hall, and so everyone in there is into games. And so that's perfect. It's like the perfect venue. People coming by, playing the game, they're interested, and we're getting a strong reaction. So we're pretty stoked about that.
What's up?
So first of all, it's not bad.
Is it blowing up?
We had the download link on our page, so we had people flowing to the page, and everybody downloaded the game, played it. I estimate roughly we had an influx of 300 players at one point that just entirely crashed our $12 server.
And it crashed our server.
Oh yeah, on our $12 a month Azure server.
I know. So when can we remedy that?
After the show, I could probably log in on those computers.
We should tweet out or like put a Facebook post out about it, the server being down.
Like at first we were like, maybe some people might like this, and then we get hit by 300 people out of nowhere. We're saying like, oh, there are people that do like this kind of game. We can make this a thing.
There's so many people that want to go make video games out there. So how do you do that? How do you be that person that wins the spot, right? Like you have to work harder.
It is every game developer's dream to be able to make a product, finish a game, and then let it out in the wild and see people enjoy it.
We had this vision of what this game will be. It is the vision. It's complete. We finished what we started. So it's super rewarding.
My biggest takeaway from this is make something that you're passionate about. Don't make a game that you don't like. Don't work on something you don't like. Make a game that you have fun making, and it'll show through.